Hello and welcome to Panther Update. I'm Becca Pang and today we'll be talking with Chris England, women's cross country head coach. So a couple weeks ago we had the Georgia State Invitational. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, one word sums it up: hot. The meet was contested on Friday afternoon, September 20th. It was a great day, other than the rising temperatures. Great turnout of competition. Auburn from the SEC showed up to compete against Georgia State, and UT Chattanooga came down, as well as a lot of regional foes competed. Kennesaw State, Mercer University, Georgia Southern University, and a few other smaller schools. So it was great competition for the Georgia State team. The women actually ended up third behind Auburn University and narrowly missed beating UT Chattanooga. So the runners did fare well against the strong competition. Our home venue is very difficult. It's a hilly course, and of course the temperatures in the mid-80s made it difficult for all the runners. But overall it was a great event. All the runners competed well, not only Georgia State but the other runners as well, and a lot of positive feedback from all the visiting teams. The course was beautifully decorated by the GSU facilities, draped in blue and white flags all over, and we had a great turnout of fans and family members. Even the sand volleyball team came out to cheer on their fellow student athletes at Georgia State. The GSU track and field team came out to support the cross country team. So it was a great weekend.
Great. So coming up we have the Louisville meet. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, after a weekend off, a much needed weekend off for the team, they trained really hard last week, and they proved to coach that they deserve a weekend off. So no competition and no practice over the weekend. And now we're gearing up for the Louisville competition. This will be a very large competition. There'll be well over 100 teams represented at the University of Louisville. But more importantly, this will be Georgia State's first chance to see some of the better Sun Belt competitors, most notably Arkansas State University, who was picked to win this year's Sun Belt Cross Country Championship. We'll also see South Alabama University and Western Kentucky University, two historically strong cross country programs.
So you just mentioned we had this past weekend off. How do your practices change when you have a weekend off like that?
Well, usually if we have a competition on the weekend, we'll train hard at the beginning of the week and then start backing off on Thursday and Friday to rest the runners' legs for the competition on Saturday. But since there was no competition on Saturday, Coach ran them really hard all week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday were all very difficult runs. Then Tuesday and Thursday were lighter runs. So they were very tired coming out of the week, but they are mentally and physically fresh coming off no competition, and they're really geared up for the meet at University of Louisville. And coincidentally, this meet also hosted the NCAA championship last year for cross country. So we had Catherine Showalter represent Georgia State at that national meet. So it is a very popular meet and a very prestigious competition, and this will give Georgia State their first taste of some major competition as we head into the Sun Belt only 4 weeks away.
Great. Well, that's all I have. Thanks for talking with us and good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
We now have senior Anna Sinclair with us. So Anna, you've completed 4 races so far and the Sun Belt Championship is coming up in a month. Tell me about what your training is like at this point.
Our training is really geared towards the Sun Belt. So we have distance training, endurance training pretty much in our workouts from now. We are going to start tapering soon to get ready for it, but for the most part it's endurance and speed work.
So is the Sun Belt Championship something you're always training for, or do you really focus on each race each week?
We train for the Sun Belt. Each race at the end of every week is just a stepping stone to get us there. So hopefully, we hope that we do well during our weekend races, but in the big picture, it's always about the Sun Belt.
So one of the races you're best at is the steeplechase. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about that race?
It's a fun race. I think it's a gutsy race. It makes who has the most guts versus who's the fastest, because it's a completely different type of tired from the 5K. So how does your training for that race differ? Our training stays the same as if we're training for the 5K. We just add in steeple training in addition, like hurdle practice and that kind of thing.
So you grew up in Seattle. What brought you to Georgia?
My dad's job actually brought us to Georgia my sophomore year of high school, so it's been a nice change.
And then what made you want to stay and go to Georgia State?
I definitely wanted to move back into a city. My family lives in North Georgia, and I missed it. I miss being in a hustle bustle city, so it's nice.
So you're a senior, you're a nutrition major, chemistry minor. What are you thinking about doing after you graduate?
I'd like to go to med school and go in the burn unit. I've always wanted to work in the burn unit. I really like it at Grady Hospital, so it's different.
Yeah, that's different. So one of the articles on our website stated you have some unique hobbies. Can you just tell me about one of them?
I work on cars a lot. My sister's an auto mechanic, so I taught me how to work on my car when it breaks down.
That's pretty cool. Well, thanks for talking with us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
For Panther Update, I'm Becca Pang. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.